Hello, Heavy Rescue 401 fans. I'm Kevin Ripa, and this is my SANS 3 Minutes Max. In the last episode, we talked about finding a UEFI malware or breach on the computer. And we had talked about how the client suggested that there was also problems with her Zoom, and this was also why she felt she might have been compromised. Ask the questions. Don't be afraid to ask. This could just be some tinfoil hat-wearing crackerjack. But maybe there's something to what they say, but if you don't ask the right questions, you will never know. So the client had provided me with a half-page list of all of these Zoom calls where she had experienced problems after this message from ESET that she was compromised. And so she wants me to look at these and see if there's anything to them. Well, I can go look. What am I going to look at? The Zoom calls are done. All I have is a date and time. That doesn't help me. Maybe I could look through the computer around those dates and times to see if there's any odd activity. But I thought, you know what? There's not enough information here. What happened? What made you think something odd was going on with this Zoom call? So I called her and I asked her that question. She says, after the malware thing, I found that the Zoom calls that I listed, they got choppy sometimes, and they got kind of stuttery and slow, and they would freeze. Could that just be Zoom being Zoom? Could that be network traffic? What else? Well, you know, I do counseling to children, and I have these hand puppets that I use. And I noticed that sometimes parts of the hand puppets would disappear, just go invisible. Really? Do you use a fake backdrop, a Zoom background? Yes, I do. What color are the parts of the puppet that disappear? Yeah, they're green. And really, it doesn't matter what color they are. If we've talked on Zoom even just a couple of times and people are using fake backgrounds, you know that there's times if they turn a certain way, their whole shoulder disappears, a whole arm disappears. That's Zoom. But because an antivirus program brought up a piece of malware, false positive, everything looks bad now. And she's looking for shadows behind every rock. I might add that the compromise that was being triggered by ESET, the false positive nation state stuff, this is not commodity malware that they're just blasting out to everybody. But we only find all of this out through doing research before we do our forensics. Ask the right questions and you will know when to stop. But in the meantime and in between time, that's it. Another episode of 3 Minutes Max.